Hi, I'm Peter Tragos, host of the Lawyer You Know podcast and YouTube channel. The saying goes, everyone hates lawyers until you need one. Well, I'm here when you need one to answer your questions and give you insight that you didn't know you needed. Along with my partners, Pete Sardis, the professor, who has a finance and business background, and George Tragos, my dad, and the consigliere, a criminal defense giant, we can answer any questions you have. What's up, everybody? Multiple videos in one day, and this is kind of a transitional video based on the one we posted earlier today of these new pictures of Amber Heard and another intimate partner potentially with a rendezvous inside the elevator of the ECB. I had a lot of questions already and people sending me a lot of things. And this is very interesting. And the pictures have never before been seen. So if you want to see those pictures that I'm referencing here, go check out our video that we posted earlier today. But today is more a transition into, is this information really new? And would this information change anything about the appeal? Still no is the answer to that. But based on what we're going to play and talk about in today's video, which is a deposition excerpt video and deposition transcript from Josh Drew, potentially referencing who many of you thought you saw in those pictures. I don't know well enough if that's her or not her, but we are going to talk to see, are there some more dots connecting Cara Delevingne with Amber Heard, with the Eastern Columbia building, with Elon Musk, with the rendezvous? We're going to talk about that today. Are there more dots that have already come out in this case, making this information not as new as we once would have thought? And if that's the case, would it still potentially be new evidence coming in the second trial? Because I don't remember Cara Delevingne's name coming in during the first trial. I don't remember some of these questions we're going to look at from Josh Drew's depo coming in during the first trial. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this is exactly why I didn't want to look at all this stuff while the trial was going on, because then you start to mix what did I hear in trial versus what did I see on Twitter or what did I read in a depo that didn't come in during trial. That's why we want to kind of stay away from a lot of that while we're watching the trial. And sometimes it can actually make it easier to focus on what the jury sees, what the jury hears, and why and how the jury makes their decision. If you haven't subscribed to our page already, hit the subscribe button. My name is Peter Tragos. I am a civil trial lawyer. I focus on injury cases, catastrophic injury, car accident, slip and fall cases, medical malpractice. And I like to talk about civil trials, and the Depp v. Heard trial was one of the biggest civil trials ever. So we are still talking about it now. As Amber Heard's team says they're going to appeal, we're looking at what could affect that appeal. And if they win, what new evidence may come in the second trial. And that's where the pictures I spoke about in my last video come into play. Would they be new information coming in? Why didn't this information come in the first time? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, while also looking at a couple of other pieces of evidence that came out throughout the litigation process. So if you like that kind of content, hit the like button on this video and leave me a comment. Tell me what your thoughts are. Do you think this is new information, or did you already know about all of this? Because most of you followed this entire story a lot more than I did prior to this trial starting. So the first thing we're going to look at is the depo transcript from Josh Drew, which I guess was confidential at one point, now is not. So here we are. And if we control find Cara, line 25, who is Cara Delevingne? I'm mispronouncing her name. Just want to make sure we're going the right direction. I don't know if anybody can pronounce her last name, to be honest. Who is she? A friend of Amber's, Josh Drew says. Did she also spend the night with Amber Heard? It's possible, but I don't recall specifically, he says. Did Rocky tell you, and this is getting into why this didn't come in during the trial, did Rocky tell you that Amber Heard was having an affair with Cara Delevingne while she was still married to Johnny Depp? Answer, yes. Right here, line 13. So Josh Drew is confirming what a lot of you said in that last video, because you guys are smart and you pay attention to this stuff and you connect all of these dots. I had no idea who it was. I didn't even know they had a relationship, but apparently Rocky and Josh Drew and Amber Heard talked about it at some point. Did she ever tell you that the three of them, Elon Musk, Cara Delevingne, and Amber Heard, spent the night, with Amber in November of 2016? To a specific date, I can't say. Did she ever tell you in words or substance while Amber was still married to Johnny Depp that the three of them, Amber Heard, Elon Musk, and Cara Delevingne, spent the night together? Yes. So he was told this information. So they were having a three-way affair, correct? That's my understanding. Yes. And then that's, I think, the end. Let's see if Cara's name pops up anywhere else. Okay, yes, it pops up here. Question, do you know whether Ms. Heard informed her husband that she was having an affair with Cara Delevingne? I have no knowledge of that. Is this something the spouse should be entitled to? You take vows, right? Yeah. And one of them is fidelity, correct? Correct. So wouldn't that be something you reasonably expect your husband or wife to tell you? One would hope, Josh Drew said. So they're all talking about the fact that this was before they were divorced. I thought they were divorced. I can't remember the exact date they were divorced. Maybe we can look that up real quick. January 13th of 2017, it looks like, is when the divorce was finalized, which would mean November of 2016 that they were still together. But there's more Cara Delevingne. Let's see here. Where else she pops up? Oh, that's a caravan, not Cara. Cara Delevingne. I don't know if he's just mispronouncing or if that's the same thing. So we see it in black and white. Josh Drew from Rocky, from Amber, just prototypical, just hearsay. That is absolutely hearsay. Other people telling them about this affair. That's why it didn't come in, because it was hearsay. But now these pictures change that. We actually see them kissing. And if you remember, some stuff about Elon Musk and even some stuff about James Franco came out, and Amber Heard was clear. They were just friends. They didn't get intimate. Her and Elon Musk got together after Johnny and her's divorce. Dr. Hughes said that they were in the intimate relationship, but they were really just friends. So she didn't take into account that Amber cheated on Johnny ever, which added to her diagnosis that Johnny was, over the top and jealous, and it didn't make sense that he was jealous. Well, maybe not so much. And I think these pictures, while the information about Cara Delevingne may not be new, the information about this affair or threesome or whatever it may be, that information may not be new, but this evidence absolutely seems to be new. And while they may not have been able to get into it the first trial, I bet they tried and the judge didn't let them because it was not reliable enough based on this hearsay testimony. I bet if the judge saw these pictures, she would let them ask Amber Heard about these pictures, about this kiss, about this affair, about the timing of it, when they lived in the Eastern Columbia building. And if Amber Heard said it was out at a different time, then maybe they could impeach her with Rocky. Because Rocky said Rocky told Josh Drew that Amber told her that it was November 2016. A lot of hearsay within hearsay, but sometimes you can use it for impeachment purposes, not for the truth. Just to say Amber has told this story two different ways. That is an exception to hearsay. But in case some people may think that, we're pulling words out of context or wordsmithing or lawyerizing these words, let's listen to just a little clip of Josh Drew himself explaining this.
Did Rocky tell you that Amber Heard was having an affair with Cara Delevingne while she was still married to Johnny Depp?
Yes.
Did she ever tell you?
Cara Delevingne, doesn't that just make you love Ben Chu even more? Cara Delevingne. And he knows he's mispronouncing it, but.
You that the three of them, Elon Musk, Cara Delevingne, spent the night with Amber in November of.
I'm going to back this up a little bit because the first one was, did Rocky tell you? I think this one is, did Amber tell you, or did he just say, did she? Let's see.
Yes.
Did she ever tell you?
Okay, so we're still talking about Rocky.
The three of them, Elon Musk, Cara Delevingne, spent the night with Amber in November of 2016.
To the specific date, I can't say.
Did she ever tell you in words or substance, while Amber was still married to Johnny Depp, that the three of them, Amber Heard, Elon Musk, and Cara Delevingne, spent the night together?
Yes.
So they were having a three-way affair,
My
correct?
understanding, yes.
So what's interesting about that, if you're wondering why Ben Chu keeps saying their names and not just, okay, we've already talked to them, the three-way, whatever, is because when you do these depositions, you have to be very specific or they will object to form. And then later, if you try to use the same exact question again, to be like, you said the three of them. You said three people. You said threesome. You never mentioned which three people you were talking about in that depo. So that's why when we take depos like this, sometimes we have to be very specific, saying names over and over again, saying dates over and over again, saying the incident on this date at this address over and over again. That's just a little, behind the scenes look at what lawyers have to do. That's why sometimes these depositions seem redundant. They seem slow. They seem boring because we have to make sure every individual question we may want to pull out to use at trial or to impeach somebody has all of the correct information that we want to use in that question. So there it was, Josh Drew connecting those dots in living color here with his own words that Amber told Rocky and Rocky told Josh, who was married. They were all best friends. It's not that far of a stretch. It's not like she told her third grade teacher, who told her mom, who told her cousin, who told her friend, right? Amber told her best friend, and Josh Drew, the husband of that best friend who's in the group, was also told it by his wife and Amber's best friend. So not that far of a stretch, making it more reliable and believable, especially because Josh Drew, to me, was a very credible witness for Amber Heard. We talked about this during the trial. It seems like the jury agreed with it. And I think his testimony is really why Amber Heard won the $2 million, because they don't believe that Josh Drew and Amber's friends staged this hoax. They believe Amber's friends actually believe this was true based on what they saw. So again, because Josh Drew is a credible witness in our mind, if we were jurors looking at this case and we were saying Amber Heard did not seem credible, Johnny Depp seemed credible, Josh Drew seemed credible, we can weigh the credibility of each witness. So I think these words coming from Josh Drew mean a lot to the fact that, and again, he wasn't confirming it because he didn't see it, but it was definitely told him and it's something that he believed based on all the context around that Amber Heard and Cara Delevingne did have an affair. So that makes a lot more sense with all of you connecting the dots to these pictures saying it's Cara Delevingne, which I don't know that to be true, but it would make more sense with this context. And so while the information may not be new, the evidence is new, and it would absolutely help Johnny's team break through the barriers of hearsay to get some cold, hard facts potentially into evidence that they were kissing on this elevator. They'd have to do some work on the dates and how they would prove that. But to me, it's very interesting context around this. You all were interested in it. And what I always say is if you're interested in it, I'll provide content on it. Let me know your questions. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this confirms that that's Cara Delevingne in the pictures that we showed in the last video. If you haven't checked out the last video yet, go check it out. And Andy from Popcorn Planet broke all of this. So check out his video, and I'm probably going to go live on his channel later today to talk more about this evidence, more about the appeal. So if you want to check me out on there, look at Popcorn Planet, go subscribe over there as well. I'm sure all of you are already subscribed over there. So this is interesting information, and we're going to keep breaking it down as more comes to light. Send me what you find. Send me what you think. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the video on your way out. Until next time.